Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. What we're having today is I'm going to have an unboxing of it's a watch that was really surprising and surprised me, and I think you'll like it. So here it is, and let's take a look at it. Now, I took some stuff apart because otherwise it'd take me forever to do the unboxing. Let me get it out here. Great big. This is also give you an idea of what it was shipped in too. Get this big old guy out of here. Okay. All right. Oops. There we go. Now, the first thing you see with this watch is you get something very interesting. In the box is the watch, of course, and this one is by a company called Peacock, and it's really an amazing box. Let me open it up, and get everything out. This is the top mark. This is the top of the box. There's an engraving of the tourbillon, and to probably nobody's surprise, the watch is a tourbillon. Let me get it out here. It really comes in a really a very nice box. And in it, there's this tourbillon. Now, what I had done, I had taken it apart. I'd opened it up and took all the stickers off. The stickers drive me crazy. They have a little cushion, and then behind the cushion, they put it in a little piece of foam so that the bracelet wouldn't bang around. And has a deployant type bracelet on it. It's a really beautiful watch. It reminded me of a little, when I first saw it, it reminded me of the kind of look and feel that the Grand Seikos have. And so what I did is that earlier today, I wound it up, and let's see if you can see this inside of it. The tourbillon, see how it sort of goes around, and the whole purpose of a tourbillon is to give the balance wheel different angles. And so if it's worn like this, especially if by a couch potato, you don't want the watch to be to be in one position all the time, because if you do, gravity may affect pulling it down in a way that that makes it unstable and loses it. Now this one right here, looking at my computer, it's spot on. Now inside, you pull this part out, and inside on the bottom there is the quote-unquote paperwork. And all the paperwork this one has is a little card. And the card has all of the warranty information on it and so forth that you'll need for the watch. Okay, well, that's the unboxing. And so now let me take look at the specs on it and some other aspects of it, and try to give you a lot better view of it. In looking at the tourbillon, you can see how it rotates the entire mechanism of the hairspring and balance wheel, and how the escapement is how it connects with it, I have no idea, but it makes it for a very interesting one. Uh, the timing on this watch has been very good too.
In looking at the details of the watch, the peacock plumage gaze handmade guilloche tourbillon got it on. I haven't taken the links out yet, so it's a little big for my wrist. And by the way, too, I have about a 7-inch wrist, and so 18, I think 118 or something like that millimeters. I'm not sure what that is, but it's 7 inch. And so if you have you're got a really big wrist, there's plenty of room for you. On the other hand, if you have a smaller wrist, like around a 6 inch or something like that, you can take the links out. Okay, so the caliber PAX 9610. I'm going to say a little more about that in a bit. Um, the watch itself is the movement in it is hand wound, which I really like. 4 hertz, 28,800 semi-oscillation per hour. It's got a 48-hour power reserve, and it's a tourbillon. Now, the glass on it is anti-reflective sapphire glass, and believe me, it really helps. I mean, it makes taking pictures of it easier too. The case is 904L stainless steel. Case back is transparent. I'm going to be taking a look at that on the next page. It's got a deployant metal bracelet right here, and it's a really nice bracelet. You can see the links. It's got those little, oh, I don't know, I call them T-links, but they're not exactly T's or something like it. It's 40 millimeters. Now that's for a tourbillon, it's not a bad size for it. The thickness is 9.8 millimeters. You can see that. Water resistant is 10 ATM, which is way more than I'd ever need for a watch like this. Watch like this, I wouldn't take in any. I wouldn't even take it in a wading pool. Just the way I am about watches. I don't know if they had a pool. It's got a hand done. It's guilloche is an engraving, and the engraving on here or the guilloche is all done by hand. They didn't say whether it was an engine, a Rose engine machine or some other machine, but it was done by hand. And then you have the Clearview tourbillon. You can really see it moving around. It's sort of fun to watch. It just sort of you can waste a lot of time. Now the price for this is $3,350, which for a tourbillon is incredibly good. And some people think, well, the tourbillon can't be that great. Let's take a look at the back and more information about the movement. The back has a great big plate, and then sort of openings for it looks like the winding gear, of course, and then it has a great big one that looks, normally I would simply assume it's a barrel, and it may be, but it's not very near where I'd expect a barrel to be. But anyway, it's extremely well made. You can take a look at it. It has about, let's see, it looks like 6 screws holding the back on. I like screwed on backs. And the finishing of it, some people said, well, it's not quite what it should be. I don't know. It looks good to me. Uh, like I said, when I first saw this thing, I said, boy, this thing looks like a Grand Seiko, but not with the price of a Grand Seiko. So anyway, the the interesting thing about it was the caliber PAX 9610 is made in the what's called the, oh boy, I'm going to say this wrong. Sorry about the pronunciation. My Chinese isn't any better than my French. It's Liaoning Watch Factory. Now that became known as a Peacock. Uh, that became known as Peacock. Peacock, what they took it over. It's in the city of Dandong, And most of the other factories in China are further south. They tend to be in the Guangdong province near Shenzhen and Guangzhou. Again, I apologize for people who speak Mandarin. That's the best I can do. Now, one of the things about it, there's another factory in at least one more watch factory in Dandong that it doesn't quite have a very good reputation for the movements that they make. However, Peacock does. It enjoys a very good reputation, and from the timekeeping of this watch, it does a really good job. Everything about it is everything about this watch, I think is especially for the price for extremely good. So I think it's a I think if you want a tourbillon watch, you like the style, and they have it in different colors. Take a look at it. I mean, I really think it's one to consider, especially if you're interested in a tourbillon, but you don't have a tourbillon budget like me. Anyway, really like to hear what you have to say. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Side, the art and science of watch collecting.